Did you see that article about Jennifer Aniston? You know, the one where she gets caught up in that whole deep fake ad thing?
Crazy?
Right.
Yeah, it's really something. A real sign of the times, you know?
So, anyone who missed it, imagine this. Jennifer Aniston, picture perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glowing skin, beach body, the works. She's promoting some kind of miracle collagen supplement, and the internet ate it up. Like hundreds of thousands of views,
Oh, yeah.
except, plot twist, it wasn't really her.
And that's exactly what makes this whole thing so unsettling. It wasn't some shoddy deepfake with like obvious glitches, you know? It was convincing enough to fool a lot of people, and that's what's scary.
Oh, absolutely. And it really highlights how this technology is just becoming so accessible. I mean, we've talked before about AI popping up in the strangest places, but this one takes the cake.
For sure.
It's not just about celebrities and endorsements anymore. This stuff, it impacts all of us. It has real world consequences.
You hit the nail on the head there. To really grasp how serious this is, we need to break down how these deepfakes are actually made. Basically, it all boils down to artificial intelligence, sophisticated AI that can manipulate video and audio, like to the point where it creates this incredibly realistic but totally fabricated content.
So in Aniston's case, they basically took like existing footage of her and made it look like she was promoting this supplement.
Exactly. They'd probably grab some publicly available footage, an interview, a movie clip, something like that. Then they use AI to tweak her words, her actions, to fit the narrative they want to spin.
See, this is where it gets kind of creepy for me. If they can pull this off with Jennifer Aniston, someone with, you know, all that media presence,
Right.
imagine what they could do with, well, anyone.
That's the unsettling truth we're facing now. That line between real and fake, it's blurring and fast. And the implications, huge.
Okay, so if anyone thought this whole deepfake thing was just, you know, a celebrity problem or about fake ads, think again.
Oh yeah, this hits a lot closer to home. Think about it. Yeah. You're applying for a job, right? You're qualified, you've got the skills, everything.
Right, you're a perfect candidate.
Exactly. Then the hiring manager, they're doing their research, maybe looking you up online, and boom, they find a video. And in this video, it seems like you, talking about things, saying things.
Unprofessional stuff.
Totally. Offensive even. Except you never said those things. Never happened. It's a deepfake.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's terrifying. How do you fight that?
It's a nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking online dating, political campaigns, heck, even personal relationships.
Yeah.
One convincing deepfake, that's all it takes. It could completely turn your world upside down.
It's like we're living in this wild west of information. If you can't trust what you see, what you hear, what can you trust?
Right. That's the million-dollar question right there.
Hmm.
And it points to this larger issue, this erosion of trust.
Yeah.
It's tougher and tougher to sort out the truth. What's real, what's fabricated, and the consequences, they're real.
So what do we do? Just like wave the white flag, surrender to the robots?
Not quite. Laws are important, of course, and there are people working on that, trying to create laws specifically for deepfakes. But it's not a quick fix.
Right.
Technology, it moves so fast, laws can't always keep up.
Yeah.
So we need a multi-pronged approach.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
We got to arm ourselves. Knowledge is power.
Right.
Learn about this tech, understand how deepfakes are made, what to watch out for.
Right, so we can spot them.
Exactly. Think of it like digital literacy version 2.0.
Right.
We all learned to think critically about text, about images.
Right.
Now we got to do the same for video and audio.
So how do we even do that? Are there like any telltale signs, things we can look for that scream, hey, this is a deepfake?
There are a few things, yeah.
Yeah.
Inconsistencies with lighting, shadows that look off, blurry edges around the person's face,
Okay.
unnatural blinking, how their mouth moves when they talk. Those can be giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
But, and this is a big but, the technology, it's always evolving.
Right, getting smarter.
Exactly. So these signs, they're becoming less and less obvious.
It makes you wonder, though, is there any good side to all of this? To this technology? Or is it just, you know, all doom and gloom?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
And the answer is, well, it's complicated. While the potential for misuse is real, definitely alarming, deepfake tech can be used for good, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like in entertainment, for example. Think about recreating an actor's likeness, maybe posthumously, or de-aging them without tons of makeup or CGI.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's interesting. So it's not inherently good or bad then, it's how it's used. It's kind of like, I don't know, a hammer, right? You can use it to build a house, or you can use it to, break stuff. It's all about who's holding the hammer, what they're using it for.
That's a great analogy. And that's exactly why we need to be talking about the ethics of all this, the regulations. Because this technology, it's not slowing down, it's getting more advanced, more accessible. And we need some guardrails.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how to use this stuff responsibly.
Which brings us right back to, well, us. The everyday folks who are trying to navigate this whole thing. What can we actually do to protect ourselves in a world where, like we said, seeing isn't believing anymore?
Honestly, awareness is huge. The more we understand about deepfakes, how they're made, what to look for, the better we'll get at spotting them. But even beyond that, we have to cultivate like a healthy skepticism, especially online.
So don't believe everything you see on the internet. Groundbreaking, I know.
Yeah.
But seriously, it's so much harder than it sounds. How do we even know what to trust anymore?
You got to be a critical consumer of information. That's it. That's the key.
Yeah.
Look for reliable sources, double-check things, cross-reference.
Makes sense.
And if something seems, I don't know, too crazy to be true or too good to be true, it probably is. And hey, even with the really good deepfakes, there are still little clues,
Yeah.
glitches, inconsistencies, things that just feel a little bit off.
It's like we almost need to develop this, sixth sense. A deepfake detector built right in.
Yeah, in a way. And the sooner we start developing that, the safer we'll be in this whole digital Wild West.
Well, this has been fascinating. A little terrifying, honestly, but super interesting. It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie.
Tell me about it. It's a brave new world, that's for sure.
It really is.
But I'm optimistic. With a little awareness, some education, and a good dose of critical thinking, we can figure this out.
Well said. For everyone listening, we'll be sure to link some helpful resources in the show notes. Stuff about spotting deepfakes, protecting yourself from misinformation, all that good stuff.
Definitely.
Until next time, stay vigilant out there and stay curious.